So the last time I talked about this particular shoe on this channel, I had an overall pretty positive experience with the shoe, but ultimately I decided to return them because I was trying to reinvest in a pair of Alpha Flies, and I just didn't feel that this shoe was in the right time in my particular training block. However, they're back, as you can see here. In this box, I have a brand new pair of Nike Tempo Next Percents. So today, in this vlog, we're going to talk about why I returned the original pair of shoes, why I have a new pair, and why I'm giving the Tempo Next Percent a second chance.
You gave me nothing, guess the love was all mine, and it's still mine. Thank you for fucking it up, thank you for cutting it off. You're nothing but a bullet that I dodged. Thank you for fucking me up, but it was worth all it cost. Cause I found myself in all the blood I lost. Turn all the lights out, I'ma sit here in the darkness. I kiss my shoulder, sing myself to sleep. It's a mind like yours, will make anyone sick regardless. Yeah, well you call my phone when I'm floating out of reach. Ooh, you never love me losing my mind. Love me losing my mind. Ooh, you never love me. Now my heart still beats without your touch, so I can't thank you enough. Thank you for fucking it up. Thank you for cutting it off.
Alright, so first impressions 2.0. It's really important because I do have a previous video about this shoe, my assessment of it, and ultimately why I ended up returning that pair of shoes. But now that we've turned the page on the summer season into the official autumn season, I have reason to have this shoe in my training block again, and it's delivering exactly as I expected. So that's kind of what I want to talk about in this particular video. So if you haven't liked the channel already, definitely subscribe, as we have some cool shoe content, race content coming up. Definitely like this video. We always have some fun stuff coming up. If this video gets 40 likes, I'll eat a cheesecake entirely from start to finish in one go. Would that be cool? Has anyone ever eaten like a whole cheesecake by themselves? You should say it in the comments below. I'm gonna try it. I hate cheesecake, but now I love it, so now we're gonna obviously do it. So anyways, let's talk about the Tempo Next Percents. Let's get these laid up here. So, first we'll begin with my initial assessment of the shoe. When I first heard about this shoe, it looked like there was a lot of mixed reactions from the YouTube community and forums concerning this particular shoe. A lot of people didn't like it. They said it was either over-engineered, built poorly. People didn't like the Flyknit. They didn't think the AirPods were working the way they should have been. There were some hit and misses with those statements that I at least saw from experience. But I'll tell you where the shoe definitely succeeds and where it kind of fails, and why it's back in my lineup. So, just to recap, the Flyknit, I'm indifferent to it. I really enjoyed the Nike Flyknit 4% when they were released in 2018. That's mostly in the back here, where the Flyknit material is slightly different than what is in the heel. People were complaining that the heel over here was kind of digging into their back of their heels. I'm not experiencing a lot of that. Maybe I just have some good socks that are preventing that from scratching the back of my foot. People were saying the shoe is kind of clunky. Yes, I agree on that front. It's not the worst problem, though, to have a clunky shoe. You know, it is what it is. And I guess the other thing people always talk about is, of course, the AirPods. So originally, the AirPods were definitely playing into your more tempo paces while you were running. The only trade-off is that in a carbon plate shoe, you only had to exert about 30 to 40% effort to start feeling like the effects of the carbon plate and how it would like carry you along. Whereas in the Tempo Next Percent, you have to work a little bit harder for it to carry you, which is understandable because this is not necessarily a racing shoe. It's more of a trainer shoe to the Alpha Fly, obviously, because the shoes are kind of built in a similar way, I guess fundamentally, not exactly like the Flyknit versus the Atom Knit versus the Air Pockets and so forth. Let's not get too carried away on that. But this is supposed to be the trainer to the Alpha Fly, which is understandable. So, from what I noticed in my previous runs, I had to push about 50 to 60% of my tempo effort to get a little bit of push in these, and when you did get the push, you felt the shoe really carrying you, but you felt your cadence drop per minute. So whereas my normal cadence is about 160, never really passes 165 ever, I would feel my cadence drop to about 158, 155. I think my previous workout where I was slamming about 6-minute miles, I think it even dropped to like 150. It was crazy. The trade-off is that you work a little bit harder to run a little bit faster, and while you're running a little bit faster, your own biomechanics change to adapt to the shoe's style of running that it presents to you. So maybe that's what people don't like. Maybe they enjoy running with like a 180 cadence, and then they run in this, and they're just not getting enough push from the shoe at 180 cadence to simply enjoy it. And maybe they drop to like 170, and then their muscles feel different because you're activating different slow twitch muscles and like other maybe quick twitch muscles that you weren't normally using during your runs with like a lighter shoe or an everyday trainer per se, or a carbon plate. So ultimately the shoe is different, but it's not bad. So this is where we're going to talk about it in terms of where it belongs in my training plan now. So as I announced, I think maybe a week ago, I don't know when I'm filming this versus when the video is getting released, the goal right now is to run a sub-16 5K, or at least attempt one. But at the same time, I'm also training for a few virtual races, including the Hot Chocolate 15K and a few turkey trots that are coming up. So while we're training for the sub-16 minute 5K, this is going to be my tempo threshold shoe in training. I do have a lot of faith in this shoe right now in terms of getting to those faster paces, eventually push down to that 510, 520 per mile pace that I'm looking for. Ultimately, it's very possible. It's just, again, we need to slowly build up to that speed. And right now, I can comfortably push this shoe down to about 6-minute miles. I've already done it in training on its first run. Hoping I can continue doing this as just on any surface besides trails. I don't think we're going to try to run this on trails. That just doesn't seem like the right play for this rubber in particular. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll give it a go and see what happens. But the point is, I should be also able to take this on the track and see if we can push, sub 530s on it. I don't know if it'll work. I suspect it could. But again, we'll experiment with it. But there's now a place for this shoe in my training regiment, and that's why it's ultimately returned to my training block. So in terms of the mixed opinions, I do actually enjoy this shoe. It's not the best pick, but it's the right pick for now. That being said, if the Alpha Fly does come out or they restock it, I will definitely get my hands on the Alpha Fly. But until then, this is the shoe we're going to be training tempo and thresholds with. So again, if you guys like the video, please press the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll be putting out some more content, and hopefully, if you are subscribed, you can follow me on my quest to break 16 minutes in the 5K. Yeah, that's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys real soon.